How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their head. Believe me, such a life is...
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But why would you offer me that?
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a god's laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yours.
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. The same dilemma that VIII once faced. Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit? VIII did. And...
Have you made up your...
I can't do it. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either.
You've grown a lot since we last met, but there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. That'll make things much easier.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the... Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rough. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hack Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. I'll be fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even. Distracting Dotori was tough. I won't lie. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hope... I never wanted to obliterate someone. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he...
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving me?
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, and I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and kill everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
How are you holding up? Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field and only meet up once it was safe.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dottore didn't do anything to you.
All right. Rescue operation complete. There's a lot more work to be...
Understood. I will bear the Tsaritsa's decree in mind. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think everyone else is as immature as him?
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist Albedo gave me. Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nachtschitzenkreuz Institute. Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either. So
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and René were mortal enemies, were they not?
And what would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something useful for—
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. He's dead, and once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what—
Hey, come on out. They're back.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your limbs?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure.
Excuse you. I am perfectly composed.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah, right.
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in what...
It's a laugh a minute.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case,
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are a force to be reckoned with, Hat Guy.
Is she back? Is she really back? Traveler! It's really you! Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you so much!
You can finally breathe easy, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole time you were gone! Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's nothing better than watching a misty-eyed reunion.
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Aino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
Varka, I'm not sure Anefa can cry.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffy.
What? Ew, no. No, thank you. You're not my dad, okay? Knock it off!
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, while I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dottore's current capabilities.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself to be
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe...
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake.
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
a place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose. But I fear the answers are buried deep into VIII's history. held by great powers beyond our reach.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time. The question is, where does that path lead?
We considered that question as well.
Indeed not. Every road has an end.
Nicole! You sure lived quietly.
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mage's. You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, but where Miss Columbina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular river of reverse time began.
What about the original moons and the moon god?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the 3 moons. They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and oversee the world on his behalf. But then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been.
Like I thought, no more paths back to reality have emerged since. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. They can just materialize out of thin air. Is that the ray here of Solnari?
You are the moon goddess. But how? Please, there's no need.
I find that a little difficult to believe.
The way you used my own power against me was... It was a brilliant... And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was when I first got here. I was filled with how I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart. But to no avail. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body. And partly...
Are you the source of the abyssal power?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to But there was already a degree of abyssal power here, before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun.
Tried to?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became silent for a moment.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head. They were gone. And then...
Her?
The Lindis. My... former lover.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of the Lindis leaping.
More precisely, I saw her after-image. I'm sure the real her is long gone. Anyway. Why have you come here?
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friend...
No.
What?
You'd like to know how I... The one who resurrected me said so. Dottore. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state.
Moon Goddess?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill. But this is the only thing I desire now.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message.
Tholindis?
Yes. I can sense that some part of her soul remains here.
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but I can't move freely in this space as you can. All I can see is a glimpse of her, walking away. Just like them. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for... No, not in return. I'll clear them for you. Yeah. I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. I think I grew tired of it long ago. But I wouldn't admit it to my...
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it. My past. My...
Is it okay if I give her the abridged?
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty you can skip over. Just tell her the important parts.
Like the part where you relentlessly tried to
Love demands honesty. But my relationship, we hid too much from each other. But after living my whole life in the shadow... There. The abyss.
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you, I think he still regarded you as a friend. He said that you betrayed him, but he also felt great remorse at never having
Why tell me this?
Because... if he'd known that someone could take a...
Thank you. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but... Don't die, Moon Goddess. I can tell that you're determined to get out of here.
The abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that the Lindis? She wasn't. Hello, Miss the Lindis.
Who are you?
You can call me Columbina.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's...
better than he was, huh?
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases. And I'm not just talking about the
So, things got worse before they got better.
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. But in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize for hiding his past from you. Beyond that, he did not say but I'm sure that you've always been on his mind.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina.
It's all right. I understand. Well, that's everything from me.
Wait. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it.
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminal? And it's not just me. It's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart. Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the abyss. I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria, researching the iridescent moon's marrow. Rerir was one of the Finster King's retainers. With me, he was in an impossible position. It plagued him constantly. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy. So I thought I'd use this. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Finster King It was only after meeting the prince that the Finster King started going too far with his research into the abyss. That was the day all of our woes began. I thought I could stop the king from ever meeting him and solve everything.
I couldn't kill the Finster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rerir. That's why I wanted to go back. To kill the person who had brought new possibilities to our realm.
I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. I know I'm never getting out of here, but you're different. You can make it, and I want—
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward. I can share what I've learned and help you understand the pattern in which this energy appears. I think you just might— Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, I've been speculating about where this space ends. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem— I have no way of verifying any of it by this point. But if it's true—
Understood.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of— About Rerir,
It wasn't you.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other, neither of us ever told the truth. And that did— But enough about that. I wish you a safe— And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Rerir, you're there, aren't you? I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time, but please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an end to be found? Everything's getting blurry. Are you all right, little sister? Have you come from the distant future?
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear? Shouldn't it be a little harder to get rid of major creations like moons?